So let's talk about confidence. Everyone says you should be confident. Confidence is the key to success. Confidence is the key to happiness and fulfillment. Just be confident. Well, how am I exactly confident? How does this work? What I have to do? Because everyone who says, yeah, just be confident, that's what it means to be confident. That's just a hollow statement. It means just nothing. So we have to ask ourselves, what are the single steps of becoming confident and being confident? What is a roadmap? How can we break it down into little chunks, right? So I would like to invite you on a little thought experiment that will get very practical. And I think where it starts, the journey of becoming confident and staying confident, very important, is that you have to be humble first, right? And now you're asking yourself, what? Humble? I thought like confidence would be like, yeah, I'm boasting and I'm absolutely out there and whatever, like a rock star. Well, the thing is, if you don't really know how to be confident and you just try to be confident, you just start faking confidence. You're faking it. And the worst part is even you getting arrogant. And this confidence, this fake confidence, this arrogance leads to you being just inflated. You're inflating yourself like a balloon or a bubble, and you're floating all this way, and you look big, and you take up some space, but as soon as there is just a little spiky object or a challenge or some hurdles in life that get a little bit edgy, your bubble pops. You burst and you're flying around like a balloon, all flat, thrown back on your way, and are just completely crushed. That's how fake confidence and arrogance will turn out at some point, if you like it or not. So what is the way to gain a true, strong, fundamental basis of real confidence? Well, it starts with humility. First, you have to be humble. And I like to think of the idea of Jordan Peterson, where he says that most people are on a high horse and think they have to do the most grandiose things right in the beginning, that they will become something great. Well, that's building and inflating your bubble. But what he said then was, if you humble yourself enough, and you will be humbled, if you like it or not, by yourself or life. Well, when your bubble gets bursted, when it's burst, then you will be humbled by life, by this spiky, sharp objects, the challenge, the hurdles, the tragedy, the resistance, right? So either way, just humble yourself from the beginning, that you don't have this hard landing and wasted all this good energy and time and have to suffer. You will have to suffer either way, but why should you suffer longer and be in a illusionary state if you could just build it on solid ground, standing on the ground with 2 feet by being humble. And if you're humble, you will start doing the first little step. Even though it's not a grandiose step, but you made a step forward, right? You made a step. You were humble enough, like Jordan Peterson liked to say, you started cleaning your room or you made your bed. It was just a itsy bitsy tiny thing, but it was an action to more order in your life, to a puzzle of this, let's say, momentum, this movement forwards. Just one little step, just one single action. And you can only take this first step and make this first action if you're humble. Because if it's too grandiose what you're trying to do, you will overthink and try to make it perfect, and you just get it all so complicated that you will again do nothing, and you get arrogant. You're building those illusionary castles in the sky, and you won't move an inch. So first you have to be humble, right? And through that you will take action, even if it's a itsy bitsy tiny action that you take. But the beauty of taking action is, the more action you take, the more confidence you're building. Because what does an action do? An action produces results. It doesn't matter if you like these results or not. You took action and you will get a result. And you can tell yourself, and it's just the truth, that you tried. You moved forward, you took a chance, and that was like a muscle that was exercised by you, right? You did it. And you can go to sleep that night resting, assured that you didn't leave anything on the table. And that is building your confidence, right? That is building your confidence. But it doesn't end there. That's even the beauty of this whole process, from being humble to taking the first action and then gaining more and more confidence through these itsy bitsy tiny actions that you take. And then it grows like a big snowball, the momentum. But what comes after the confidence? Well, through confidence, we gain something so immensely valuable nowadays, which is clarity. Clarity. Because if you're confident, you know who you are, because you're learning more and more about yourself, because you're taking more and more action, because you're so humble. Clarity comes with confidence. Clarity for your own way, clarity about who you are, clarity about what you want from people, clarity what people can expect of you, right? And it's not like you're absolutely predictable. It's more like, hey, this person got certain values. They stick to their values. I can trust them because I know that they are so clear in their speech, but not only that, they're very clear in their action because they're so confident. You know how this all is connected with each other? And the keyword is trust now. Out of this clarity, you will be able to trust yourself. The water is clear, right? Would you rather jump into a lake where the water is absolutely clear and you know what's on there on the ground? Or extremely muddy water, you don't see anything, and you don't even know what is waiting for you down there if you jump in there? You would probably like to know with the clarity what is there, because then you have more trust. You know what to expect a little bit more. You know how to handle things because you can see there's clarity. And through this trust in yourself, other people will be able to trust you. Because no one can trust you if you don't trust yourself. That's the same thing with the love. No one can love you if you don't love yourself. At least not truly. And the same goes for your trust. And that's like this whole circle, I would say, or let's say chain of being humble, taking action, becoming and staying and being confident, to gaining more clarity, keeping clarity in your life, and building trust in yourself, your relationships, and people building trust in you. That's the whole roadmap. So if you want to be truly confident and have trust in yourself and enable people to trust you, start being humble. That's where it all starts. Bye bye.